What to do in order to take control of your life. In order to take control of your life and your money, you must start putting the conditions in place to slowly get it back. Start out by listing the 3 most important areas of your life that you feel the most out of control of. Next, make a list of 3 action steps, one for each area above, to set up conditions that will allow you to have control of that area of your life. Now, this exercise is a little bit more in-depth, all right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out the 3 most important areas of life that you feel out of control of the most. Money might be one of them. Another one might be relationships, or it might be health. It might be where you live. It might be, how your mind works. You might be very self-critical, or you might have low self-esteem, or, there are all kinds of different things that could be these big conditions where you feel the most out of control of them in your life. We want to identify those. Next, we want to make a list of the 3 action steps, and we want 1 action step for each area above to set up a condition that will allow you to have control of that area of your life. Again, we're going to make one decision that makes many decisions in the future. That's what a condition is. Now, let me give you an example from my own life of something that I've done to set a condition that allowed me to have control of this area of my life. I have a sweet tooth. I like to eat sweet foods that are bad for me. I really enjoy it in the moment. I don't enjoy it so much over the long term. And if I'm out and about, especially if I'm hanging out with a bunch of friends or at a party or at some type of social gathering, and food that's bad for me is around, it finds me, it hunts me down, and it figures out a way to get inside of my mouth. I used to weigh about 30 pounds more than I do right now. And when I decided to really get my life handled, one of the things that I did was I set a condition in my life called, there's nothing in my house that's bad for me to eat. Okay, there's no junk food hanging around in my house. That if I want junk food, I'm going to have to go out and get it. And what I've done is I've set up little snacks and other things that are not bad for me at all. One of them is, for example, I've discovered these things called miracle fruit that a couple that came to one of my programs showed me. You take one of these tablets and you suck on it like a lozenge for about 5 minutes, and it makes things taste sweet. And then what I do is I squeeze a lime or a lemon in a glass of water, and it makes it taste like lemonade or limeade, and it's the sweetest, most amazing thing you've ever tasted, but it doesn't have any processed or refined sugar, and in fact, it's good for you because it's alkalizing to the body. And it's my little kind of treat, and I can have one of those anytime I want without any guilt or any weirdness because, I'm going to be eating some sugar or something that's going to make me gain weight or kill me down the road. So I got a few of those little tricks that I have around the house. But the key is I've got no junk food because I know that if any junk food comes in or gets inside the 4 walls, that I'm going to eat it. It's going to find its way into my mouth, as has been proven many times. Right? So I set up a condition called no junk food in the house. And you know what? It went a long way to helping me lose weight and get to more of my ideal health level. No junk food is a condition. Okay, it's kind of a higher order decision that I made that then went and affected like years of my life and probably will ultimately wind up affecting decades of my life. There are many different places in your life where you can set up conditions, making one decision that affects many, that will allow you to take more and more and more control. In my case, whenever I think about wanting a cookie or I want something sweet that has processed flour and sugar in it, if I get a sweet tooth for it, I think to myself, okay, now I'm going to have to go, get dressed, or I'm going to have to go put my shoes on, and then I'm going to have to either go out and walk or get in my car and drive to get this thing. Is it really worth all that hassle to go do that? And you know what? The answer comes up, no. It's like a little too much of a hassle to even consider. I'd rather, just have one of the things that I have around and, call it a day, because I know ultimately that I'm going to be happier in the long run. Simple condition. So start out listing the 3 most important areas of your life that you feel the most out of control of. Next, make a list of 3 action steps, one for each area that you've listed above, to set up conditions that will allow you to have control of that area of your life. It takes a little bit of thinking, because you got to take an action that sets a condition that gives you more control. This is one of the highest leverage things that you can do in your life, is to think about how to set things up so you have more and more and more incremental control of your life.